Today I listened to a conversation, a YouTube video. A guy is trashing about AI token, saying that every employee, although the AI is saying to improve productivity, but there are people, people are not hiring people, but hiring AI. They're rejecting resumes of humans to hire AI. That is not true. At the company, I just had a newcomer. The company is expanding. A girl who just joined one of the AI team here, setting up his laptop. The companies are hiring a lot, and there are a lot of opening roles. And he also refuted the statement that if you are not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on your employees on AI tokens, you are not boosting the productivity, so you are missing out. What do I think on that? For AI tokens, it's true that for my workload of Claude Code of AI, what is my work? The goal is to optimize a software to make it faster. To make a software faster, there is a feature called grouped linear, which reduces the inefficiency of multiple small kernels, those small operations, and make them fuse them together into a big one. So to test how much performance will this feature bring, we are required to test it on the real benchmarks, the real workloads, such as fine-tuning on a human-readable text instead of random data. To perform this experiment, to implement this using the mixture model from Hugging Face, human, you need to line by line replace a parameter here and there, configure the dataset size is that 32, 16, and then you need to manually experiment the different input sizes. For some single user, your batch size will be 1. You just have 1 request to the large language model. But for companies, enterprise, they will have, say, 2 requests, 4 requests concurrently, or even 16 or 32, and that is the batch size. The batch size. Therefore, to measure how much performance will this feature bring, this fused operation bring, you need to test it on different sequence lengths. Is it 256, 1,000, or 4,000, or 8,000? And then on different batch sizes, I need to search all of these experiments, many knobs to config. To do this in school, to manually config the grid search, it will take me 3 days or a week, because running the experiment needs to wait for so long. I usually start it off and in the library, then go to the cafeteria to buy a sandwich, and then go back and see, oh no, I forgot to add a parameter of the batch size and it failed, and I wasted this 1 hour. So the next time when I bike, I have my laptop open, and now I have to leave that laptop not closed all the way when I walk to places and just cross my fingers that it finishes. I will structure my day across the experimental time. So this grid search will run, say, 25 minutes. Then I will say, I will brush my teeth in this time. If this takes 2 hours, I need to allocate some sleeping time. So we structure our daily activities around the experiment. But now with AI, what does it do? You give it a clean objective, optimize the performance of this, and find out which config will showcase the best perf. Then it will do the grid search, the parameter search for you, searching all the different sequence lengths, different batch sizes. And the good thing is it will launch the task and it will sleep and say, I will wake up at 2:38. And then at 2:38, which is 10 minutes later, wake up, checks the log, and then go to sleep again. I am liberated. You don't have to anxiously carry your laptop, not closing the lid all the time. You just wait, and after you finish, it will create the beautiful grid search results for you. That will save 1 week of time into just 3 to 5 hours, which confirms many people reporting this. I used to not believe that's possible, but if you are clear in the objective, AI can do a great job, especially the mechanical and repetitive tasks. But if it's a deeper debugging, it can make silly mistakes, and it couldn't solve all the software bugs for you, which requires experience and human ingenuity. It might do some very heavy patching. Say if we have an error of the last dimension cannot be divisible by 32. Instead of fixing the software bug, it will patch the data input to chop the input into sizes of 32, or create some nasty redundant patches to work around instead of looking deep into the issue. But it's not AI to blame, right? Since your input is, you can do anything with input you want, AI doesn't know, so AI automates the repetitive task, but there are still important debugging tasks that require software engineers. But then when I pose this problem to a real software engineer, he was thinking, oh, the last dimension is it the bad size or the hidden size, and said, can you tweak the bad side something? And just seeing one line of the log, he instantly know what to do. Where AI will read through thousands of lines of logs and still don't know what to do. And that's valuable for the engineers. So every step you do today as an engineer, you are accumulating the knowledge. And that's great for AI.